All right, welcome everybody to the first edition of Let's Go Sunday presents Around the Wiffle Horn. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a show. We got some wiffles from all around the country. We're going to talk about whiffs. We're going to talk about pash. We're going to talk about pop culture. I hear there's some Joe Exotic fans in the audience today.
Yep.
Talk about Tiger King, get everyone's reactions. But first, let's go around the horn. We'll start with Rapaki. We got Andy Rapaki from Phoenix, Arizona. Very nice. All right, happy to have him here. All right, and we got Jordan Robles from upstate New York.
Fuck ISIS.
Wow.
Free Joe Exotic. Goddamn Carol Baskins. God damn it. Fuck.
All right, we'll move on to Ed Packer over in Daytona Beach, Florida, I believe.
Free Joe Exotic for governor. It's that bitch Carol Baskins down in Tampa, Florida.
You should go get her.
And finally, we've got David Road Toast Wood in Savannah, Georgia. Toast, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Oh yeah, let me get out of the way for it. You have to believe in something, even if you're gonna send it. Double shocker. It's Larry the Enticer, and I also agree with the past two statements by Jordan and Packer.
That's fair. All right, so here we go. First thing we're going to talk about today. So we all know that everyone's been in quarantine because of the COVID-19 outbreak. So I guess we're just going to go around the horn quickly. We'll go work backwards. Start with Toast. What's the best thing you've done during quarantine to stay active?
To stay active? Oh, you threw that in. That was a curveball at the end. I would say the most activity I've taken place in was physical therapy. I've done nothing else besides play Fortnite with the boys. So that's it.
Nice. Packer, what about you?
I built a hangboard where I can practice rock climbing. So that's the only real physical activity I've done. Other than that, lots of COD, lots of Warzone, 6 for 12 today, batting 500. You want to see it? It's Quick Fingers 29. Activision ID is Joe Exotic. See you there.
Jordan, can you follow that up, Jordan?
Yeah, well, physical activity that I've been doing, walking through the aisles of various grocery stores, getting every single bag of pizza rolls that they own. So making sure that I'm stocked up for however long this is. And, playing Fortnite with the boys.
Yeah, well, reasonable answers. All right, Pack, you finish it up.
I will come with probably the most on-brand answer we're going to have in this round. I have been just throwing whiffs in the backyard.
Wow.
What has the weather been like in Arizona?
It is beautiful. We're hitting 70s every day, or a little bit of 80s sometimes. It's getting nice. Still have some cool days, but
it's been decently nice in New York, but it's been raining a lot, so it's been tough to play any whiffs. What's the best thing you guys have seen online during quarantine? Anything fun? Anything exciting? Packy, we'll start with you. Coming right back around the other way.
Oh man. Probably, since we have no baseball, I have watched a shit ton. Can I say on here? Yeah, right. Why not? I have watched a shit ton of Pedro Martinez highlights. We need baseball back.
That's fair. Jordan, what about you?
I would probably say the Tiger King series on Netflix, one of the best, if not. I mean, I'm just not going to say if not. It is the absolute best thing I've seen all quarantine. So thank you, Netflix. Free Joe Exotic.
Packer. I guess I feel like I know where most of this episode is going to go. That's fine. Oh, we got
Yeah, sorry, they wanted in. Yeah, I watched Tiger King. That's the best thing online. Other than that, yeah, nothing good is online. Just a lot of people bitching about being stuck inside. So that's the real only online thing I've seen other than the godsend that is Joe Exotic and Tiger King.
All right, Toast, round it out.
Well, due to the fact that everyone around me is like Joe Exotic, also Tiger King, I mean, I've watched it. It's just like a normal day outside in Georgia for me. It's okay. I would say the only other thing I've been keeping up with is the outbreak going on. Just making sure none of the Wifflers have it. If they do, stay the fuck away from me, politely.
Is there anybody who does have it?
Do I know of anyone?
Yeah.
I personally don't know of anyone that has it. I've heard rumors on the grapevine that there could be the first possible COVID case breaking today.
Wow.
But I don't want to be
that is true.
I don't want to drop all the eggs in the basket here. So
yeah, we got to do another episode during the week, so we'll save it for then.
Jordan, can you turn your light on, please?
This is all I got. You know, this is the
You kind of blend in. I need you
Is
to
that a
wow.
race joke?
Racist.
Yep. All right. So we'll
Sending that to
yeah.
where Ed Packer works.
Have money on Packer.
Getting Justin Michael Tompkins coming for you.
Listen, hey, look, just because
Got
you
him
have
on
something
payroll.
to say
Got him on
doesn't
payroll.
mean people want to hear about it. You're talking out of your neck, my dude.
Just saying he's coming. You know, he's got that school on speed dial, just waiting for a reason.
All right, that sound means we're going to move on to the next topic, although I would love to continue to listen to what you guys have to say about JMT. I feel like we could do a whole show just on that, maybe in the post show. Who knows?
Fair.
All right, so we're talking about all this team inside stuff, so let's transition to then team outside. We'll start with Packer. What can you tell us about team outside? What is it?
First, team outside is my quote-unquote brand of just being outside, finding things to do, because you're going to go outside and you're going to see things that you've never seen before. You could go outside today in your backyard and see things that you've never seen before. But transitioning to WIFs, it was going to be the team name for our yard team this year, which is myself, Jumpman Jordan Robles, David Wood, and Josh Pagano. But instead, we're going to be playing as the Lumberjacks. In honor of Babs, we are only going to use the Lumberjack this year to show everybody that they are quality bats. The guy is out there, and he has hands down the best customer service when it comes to anything Wiffle related. He'll walk you step by step through the process of his bats and how he's going to customize it for you. You can tell him down to specifics of what you want. I know myself, I've asked for specifics of weight, length that he hasn't really done before, and he's gone above and beyond to do that for me.
I mean, that's great to hear. I agree. Babs has done a great job making those bats. I know that we just used them for that Goal Invitational event over the winter, and it was a lot of fun. I love my Goal bat. In fact, it's the same color scheme I've got going on here. I love it. Toast and Jordan, you guys want to comment about maybe playing with Packer?
You want to go or me, Jordan?
I'll go first. Yeah, the main thing that I'm concerned with, no matter who is on my team, is the fact that I'm going to be in the driver's seat of that tank, leaving Patton Park, just bombing every casino and building that I see, especially Fenway Park. So I could care less who's on my team. All I know is I'm going to be on the wheel of the tank, driving through the city of Boston. So that's what I'm really worried about.
Both statements.
Yep.
As for me, I've already had the privilege to play with Packer a couple times in the National Wiffle tournaments.
What tournaments are they?
Do what?
What tournaments are they?
The National Wiffle tournaments?
Yeah, which ones are they? I didn't know if they were qualified or not.
Packer with more Wiffle drama. Who would have expected it? He shifts his hatred from the Cooks, folks, to Richard Tyler.
It's not a hatred. It's not a hatred. I love whiffs, but is what it is.
We should be more the topic, so I can.
Packer's mad because he didn't win MVP last year. That's what it is.
Look, man.
Anyway.
Look. I understand, but when you show up for a game in the playoffs and you hold a team scoreless for what was really like 6 real innings, the way the format was set up, you deserve MVP.
No doubt. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Looking forward to it. We are so far 1-1 as a squad. So we're trying to keep the perfect record for the rest of the year. And just like Packer was saying, I'm really good buddies with Babs. He's a stand-up dude, one of the best guys in WIFs. Above and beyond making the bats and customer service and everything besides that, man. He'll call me sometimes just to talk for an hour about WIFs. High passion out of that guy. So looking forward to be representing for him.
Well, I appreciate you talking about his pash, because that segues into our next topic here. Unless, Rebecca, you have anything to say about this possible team outside Lumberjack team. You know, we're on the same team. We're the players. Yeah. We just signed Nifman a couple weeks ago, and I feel like that gives us a pretty good chance to compete with a team like outside and maybe put them back inside their club at home.
I agree, especially if we have surprise appearances by Eric, surprise appearances by Glue.
Who's Glue?
Drew.
Oh, sorry.
He's glue. His hands are like glue, which is
I get it.
the opposite.
Oh, that's a funny one.
players might be the worst fielding team in the history of wiffle ball.
I think if we had those same metrics available, that would be
And then
fact.
go back in our history with guys like Winnie and Stein or whatever. We could be here all day.
If you want the worst fielders in wiffle history, you need to sign Dan Earhart.
Or Bob. Bob's real bad.
I agree, Bob. That is fair. All right. So speaking of guys who are bad, let's talk about some guys who are good because they have good pash, the energy, the love, the desire to play whiffs. We'll go quickly around. Who do you think has the most pash in whiffs today? Jordan, we'll start with you.
Who has the most passion whiffs? I would say one thing that immediately pops into my mind would be Babs. Second one I'd have to say is the Cooks. Not a lot of notoriety in a national spotlight, I guess you can say, but those guys love what they do. They're not very flashy on social media, so that's why a lot of people may not know much about them, but high pash out of those guys, great people, do good things.
I would agree. Even though they don't necessarily have a lot of like they don't put their name out there on social media. MAW does some of the best social media in the country with
Yep.
wiffle ball. So, and that says a lot considering I'm supposed to be running a wiffle ball league. They blow us out of the water. So, hence why we're doing the show.
Good guys. Lots of
There you go.
pash. Lots of pash.
Packer, what do you think? What about who's your pash?
Well, I was gonna go. Jordan literally took the two that I was saying, but the other ones that stick out to me are Jimmy Cole and Justin Michael Tompkins. I know I've had my spats in the past with them, but again, they're high pash guys. I mean, you can't take away from the fact that like Jimmy Cole goes to these tournaments that like no one's ever heard of. He goes there and they're trying to bring new guys in to try out new styles. But they're going around, they're doing all that stuff. So I would say they're high pash guys. I know JMT does his podcasts and puts content out there so people are able to kind of like stay in the mix of what is going on. But yeah, those are my two high pash guys.
I agree. Packy, back to you. Who do you think? Who do you got? You've been playing a long time, Packy. Who do you think has got the most pash in the game today?
So if I'm gonna go a really easy pick, because I think it was pretty obvious at the start of this, it's obviously Jordan. I don't,
Who?
it's Jordan. I don't think there's a lot of
Pash.
Wow.
the guy who believes flat pash. It's just a fact, right? Like
Yes, play anywhere, everywhere. Don't give a shit as long as there's money.
Exactly. And it's the root of whiffs, really. It's the money.
Yeah. Bad ball money. I'm in there.
I think Jordan, considering we're in a group chat with Jordan, I feel like Jordan exudes the most passion in that chat.
Yeah.
He lives and breathes everything he does on a daily basis, whether it's brushing his teeth or going out to specific clubs that he may get hats from that he's wearing.
Celebratory experiences from a long day of whiffs, Play hard, party hard,
I like it. That's why he's on the team.
Relaxation.
I got to have relaxation. Toast, why don't you round it out the pash category? You got plenty of pash yourself.
Oh, well, thank you, my dear sir. I'm gonna say, everybody's taking all the good picks. I'm gonna get an up-and-coming pash guy. I like Ben out of Louisiana. He's been pumping out good vids lately. I know he did a couple special videos last year for Fast Plastic. He's gonna be trying to work with Golden State Yard this year at the Yard Open to try and put stuff together. So looking very forward to what he's got coming in the future.
I can confirm that, God willing, if we do have the Yard Open, that is definitely going to be the case.
Yep.
Now we talked about the guys who have the pash now, but what do you think? Who do you think is going to be some of these guys that have to bring the pash back? Because there are plenty of guys that we know that still just have no pash. They show up every day, they whine, they complain, they're not in it for the right reasons. Why are they even playing? So who's going to be the individual person that might not have pash, but that's going to instill pash in some of these guys?
Who's leading it off?
As I fix
Me?
my camera here, since I got.
We'll send it to Jordan.
Who I think can bring pash back into other people, or who needs to bring their pash back?
Who's going to be the person that brings the pash back?
Man.
So essentially, who's going to go up to a guy like Wiffler and be like, "Yo, can you stop being whatever and like have some fun playing whiffs again?" Like,
can you stop? I guess I don't know, being not fun and come back and play. I don't know if it's a competition thing. I don't know who that person would be. That's a tough one. Definitely not Didio. Guy has no pash at all. Definitely not Phil. Guy also has no pash.
Looks like a phone.
I have absolutely no idea. I feel like if we had that person, maybe we wouldn't be in the position that we're currently in, and we'd have a consistent national championship with no fugazi rules and schemes like that. So
These are
yeah,
all.
I'm gonna say
Bears.
nobody.
May I?
Yeah, get in there, Pac.
No, I think our high pass guy that kind of brings people together is Jordan. I think we have that. The other people we have, like Connor. I know Connor is well liked by some people, well hated by others. But like Jordan, he plays in a lot of different organizations, styles, formats, wherever. He's somebody who is willing to go out and try it. And I mean, both of those guys aren't afraid to like tell it how it is. They're not afraid to go up to somebody and say, "Hey, you're being a bitch," straight up. So I think those are our two guys that we specifically have kind of on the East Coast.
Well, actually, I want to follow this up. Actually, I want to ask Rapaki, because Rapaki, your region has been known to like lack pass over the last couple of years. I know you're living in Arizona now, but you're originally from Massachusetts. Can you elaborate a little more on what's going on with the pass and what was supposed to be the hotbed of whiffs a long time ago?
It was. I mean, it was when I started. God, the double duty days were sick. But yeah, I would say the pass kind of has run dry. I mean, we've had infusions of young talent. You know, when the high rollers came in, they were young kids who were all playing together, all clearly practiced a ton, were invested in the game, had Pash. And now you're down to one who has Pash. And so you just kind of have that kind of die-off effect, but also the region itself is just, guys get families, guys lose Pash. It's brutal. But then you have guys like the Diamonds who are there for 20 years, and they're going to be there for another 20 years. You hope for the best, but New York is really where the hotbed is.
I agree. A lot of guys coming down, they're playing. I got caught up on my own horn. A lot of guys coming from Mass coming down to New York playing whiffs now, which is a lot of fun. Speaking of guys who have transplanted, we're going to talk briefly here, if we have some time, about another podcast from another whiffler, James Stein and his Shut Up Stein podcast. I'll pose a very, very simple, general question to the entire panel here, and you guys can jump in anytime you'd like. Should Stein actually shut up? Your thoughts?
No. I love Jimmy. I think I think James is very, I don't want to say entitled, but he's very opinionated. But I mean, he puts out good content. I mean, I enjoy listening to his stuff. He's like Jordan. He's like Connor, where he's not afraid to kind of tell it how it is, or I mean, well, how he sees it is. But I like that he's putting content out there. I think at this point in wiffle ball, having anybody stop, boys. I think having Mike. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I think having anybody stop putting at any type of content out wiffle related is a bad idea. I think some of his takes are completely asinine. And he's like a big time conspiracy theorist when it comes to wiffle ball related shit. But no, I think any type of content at this point is positive.
True. Anyone else want to hop in?
I'll hop in because I'm a co-host.
Do it. That's true.
You
are the co-host of Shut Up Stein. Let's hear it.
For one thing, I don't think he's put enough content out. I've been trying to get him to do more shows, especially during this time period where everyone's bored and antsy and ready for, opening day if it happens. The kid's just lazy and refuses to do it. He's trying to think that he knows how the world works and how we have to set specific schedules and stuff. And he's got a new house and he's more important than everyone. It's all total bullshit. I'm just here to wrangle him back in whenever he gets off on these wild tangents. But overall, I like the show. We're getting a lot of big names on there, and we got a lot more coming on later. So
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Jordan, Packy, any thoughts about Stank?
I would say, hey, listen, we're in a quarantine right now, so you should be pumping out content day after day. He's promoting this podcast with the cooks, but there's no podcast with the cooks. So what the fuck? The people want the product. Don't just dangle it in front of my face and just give me no TBD, to be determined. Like, when is it going to come out? Release the fucking podcast. Also, don't fucking put the podcast on Anchor. It sucks. No one uses it. Put it on Apple Podcasts We are in 2020 now. Simple. Shouldn't be a difficult task. Put it on Apple Podcasts so everybody can listen to it.
Well,
Down a little
Jordan, we all
bullshit
know,
app and
Jordan, I think we all know why he settles for Anchor. 'Cause,
bullshit. Listen, if you want to run a great program, then you got to make sacrifices.
I agree.
We all pay our green fees, our league fees. I don't want to do it, but I got to do it.
That's true. Packy, final thoughts.
Well, I am not a listener of the Shut Up Stein podcast. Sorry, James. But there are a lot more people like me. So I want Toast to really quickly give me like a 15-second elevator pitch on this show. Tell me why I should listen to this show.
Oh, boom. All right. Well, the reason you should listen to the show, one, is all I do is just tell Stein he's a piece of shit the whole show. One, everyone enjoys that. Two, he deserves to hear that every day. Another reason is that, like I just said earlier, we got the hottest names in WIFs coming on. We're talking about hot topics. We're dropping opening days. I mean, we're doing a bunch of stuff. The guy's just holding me back. He needs to let me shine.
Well, that's why I wanted you to bring you onto this show, pal. I did Stein's first ever episode, actually. I actually thought it was a great job. I felt like I really put him in his place as well. But then I've never been called back to be on the show again. So I wonder if he's got agendas. I'm going to assume. That's enough Stein talk for one day. All right. So, sorry. We're going to wrap up here for the last few minutes. It's been referenced a few times in this show already. First, again, I want to thank Andy, Jordan, Toast, and Packer for being a part of the show today. First ever Let's Go Sunday production of Around the Wiffle Horn. I want to thank Babs again for his bats and letting us use them and having them a big part of our league now. Thanks again to Funk Eye Apparel for getting the logo for me and getting our logo in the back here and trying to push forward our Wiffle agendas. With that being said, putting forward with agendas, Tiger King was a blockbuster. Saturday, I watched the whole thing from start to finish. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was inspirational. I thought it was sad. And I think there's a lot of talking points. So everybody take about 30 seconds, maybe give your final thoughts about the show. And for those of you who have not seen it, spoiler alert, it's on Netflix. You should watch it. Like, it's not going anywhere. It's fantastic. Let's start with Packer, because I know you've been a big fan of Joe Exotic since you've seen the documentary. So maybe a little bit about your position, your reaction.
I'm just saying, why is it that Carol Baskin, that bitch down in Tampa, Florida, why is she not being investigated more? The fact that she even made references to it during where she said, oh, if you want a tiger to eat something, all you have to do is just kind of put some sardine oil on it, and gave us one of those. It happened. Like, face it, Joe Exotic, electric TV. Electric. Now that he's in prison, my man has filed a $94 million lawsuit towards the feds and is demanding Donald Trump pardon him. Electric. Nobody else went down with him. They're coming down soon. Joe Exotic's getting back out. First off, he's not cutting his hair. He is gay. He has had multiple boyfriends or husbands at the same time. He's broke as shit. But Joe Exotic for governor. Joe Exotic for president 2024 if we're still standing after this quarantine.
I'm going to have to lock it in. As somebody who comes from the same part of the country, well, not really the same part of the country, but I guess same cultural part of the country. Toast, your thoughts?
Like I said, this is a normal everyday thing to me. It's just like watching grass grow. I mean, but like Packer said, he's electric. The hair is great. I'm pretty sure I heard something about a Prince Albert at one point. So on that.
That is true.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the hot thing right now. If they came down here and followed me around for a day, I'd be a superstar too. But I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm down with the Joe Exotic gang. I mean, I'm not against like putting a prefix before the lumberjacks, exotic lumberjacks. I'm not above that. I'll be down for that. We just got to talk Pagano into it.
I think that would bring some good energy to the league, definitely.
Absolutely.
Packy, what do you think about Joe Exotic? Actually, I'll just ask you the quick question. Do you think Donald Trump will pardon him?
Should he?
Well, should he? And then, in your opinion, will he?
Yes, he should, because maybe then we get a second season of this. and the shit show that it contains. And then maybe we get another ridiculous murder mystery. Yeah, he should. But will he? No, I don't think he will, sadly. That is kind of what our country needs right now, other than ventilators.
Is there?
I would say 95s, Joe Exotic, ventilators,
Is there,
or Joe
is there a
Exotic.
shut up? Is a shut up button? I just need a 5-second segment right here. If he lets him out, I'm pretty sure some advisor of Trump is going to be like, "Listen, dude, you let this guy out of prison, you got 2020 on lock." So I'm thinking he's going to release him, and then I'm also thinking he's going to sneak his way onto Joe Exotic's ticket somehow, do some really illegal shit, and I love that also. Trump 2020. Come on, go Dogs.
So wait, Toast. Did you say that Joe Exotic is going to be vice president for Donald Trump in 2020?
I'm not above it. I would love to see it. I know Lou would like to see it. Trotta, not so much. Also, love that Tom Brady's gone. Everyone up there's crying. It's sad. Love all of that shit. All of you deserve it. So it's great. Everything's good right now.
Jordan, your thoughts on Tiger King? Do you think he should be pardoned? Also, I'll ask you the personal question I've been kind of frustrated about. Why hasn't there been more done to investigate why Carol Baskin, or whatever her last name was at the time, Carol Lewis, why she was able to, after her husband's disappearance, able to then go to the office, take the will, take his power of attorney, and then change it? Not only change it, but then include words like disappearance?
Yeah.
Questionable.
Can we first make sure you refer to her as that bitch down in Tampa, Florida, Carol Baskin?
I mean,
Yes.
I'm going to be honest. It could be Carol Baskins behind the coronavirus. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. This is the same bitch down in Tampa that fed her husband to tigers. And then, as you said previously, she then goes to his legal representation, changes the will, doesn't give any money to the guy's actual fucking kids. It's terrible. R.I.P. to Travis Maldonado. And also, Joe Exotic needs to be freed. There's no evidence against it. Those tiger skulls, those weren't real. Those are props for the show, of course. And, yeah, I see him as completely not guilty. And season 2. Hopefully
Are we
soon.
sure Billy didn't run off with Carol Baskins? Haven't heard from him.
Can we talk about electricity real quick? At Travis Maldonado's funeral, where Joe Exotic
Golden Nuggets.
At his funeral goes up and talks about his husband putting his balls on his shoulder in front of his mom, and then proceeds to go into a song. That right there, the audacity on that guy. That guy has a set of balls.
Yeah, huge dangus. Dangus.
J.E., bro, Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic football.
Joe Exotic 2024. Heard it here first.
Well, last question about Tiger King. Yes or no, will Rob Lowe go to jail for what he has done? Packy, yes or no?
You talking about Jeff Lowe?
What did I say, Rob Lowe?
Yeah.
Rob Lowe should go to jail because Rob Lowe
Jeff
had
Lowe,
sex
my
with
mistake. Jeff
Rob
Lowe.
Lowe had sex with his 14-year-old girl back in the 90s. He should go to jail.
He said Rob Lowe, not Joe Biden, Packer.
Same thing.
All right, let's refresh.
Sorry.
Jeff Lowe, jail or no jail? Your decision.
I mean, listen, if Trump's gonna let Exotic out, he'll let. I mean, if he wouldn't let him go to jail, you just got to kind of keep it going. I mean, he's a reality TV guy. You got to keep the show going.
That's true. What better than a guy having an attractive wife and then an even more attractive nanny that he's openly having sex with both of them? Pretty good stuff. Toast to you. Jeff Lowe, jail or no jail?
I'm going to say no jail. I'm a fan of all these guys. I'm pretty sure he may be my cousin. Not sure. I have to check the tree.
Packer, jail or no jail?
Jail. Get him out of here. Guy's trash. Wears a do-rag and a hat. Has a weird ponytail. Get him out.
And Jordan, finally, jail or no jail?
I would say absolutely no jail. The guy goes to Vegas, has threesomes, gambles all the time. I mean, this is a guy that we should all aspire to be. Sure, he may have a couple illegal activities going on here or there, but overall, the guy's a great dude. If anything, they should do a straight trade, Joe Exotic for Carol Baskins. Carol goes in, Joe goes out, and it's like nothing ever happened.
Yep. Throw Hillary in the mix, too, while you're at it.
I don't get behind those types of decisions. I agree. All right, so that's going to be the end of our show. I want to thank everybody for their participation. I'm going to go around one more time. Everybody, just like the real Around the Horn, you're 30 seconds of fame. So if you want to give a quick shout out to anybody or a quick thank or just a general statement that you want to make, we'll start with Jordan. We'll finish up with Packy, and then we'll wrap it up. Jordan, 30 seconds. What do you got?
Listen, first and foremost, as always, fuck ISIS, okay?
Mhm.
OJ did do it. I'll set the record straight. OJ definitely did do it. Joe Exotic didn't do it. MAW opening day coming soon, less than 30 days. And
God
I
willing.
don't know. That's it. Bada boom.
All right. Packer, to you.
Team Outside, follow Team Outside Apparel on Instagram. Follow us. Make sure you guys are trying to stay active in the quarantine. Hopefully everybody's staying safe, especially you, Vinley. Make sure we are getting ready for whiffs, man. Once this quarantine is over, we're going to hit the ground running. Other than that, free Joe Exotic.
All right. Toast.
I got a couple shout outs myself, again to Babs, awesome dude. Making me a couple bats already. So shout out to him. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to Coop. I don't have it on my ankle because I knew this moment would come and I can't fold my legs up that high, but where's it at? Can you see it? Maybe my background's messing it up.
We got it.
It says I love you, Coop, on it. That's my anklet. So he's inspiring me to wear anklets now, manklets all 2020 along with the headbands. Plugging Shut Up Stein, the new Cook podcast, which hasn't dropped, which Stein is making it seem like it has. It's going to be an awesome one. Really good stuff on there. They have great vision for the game. I am behind the guys 100%. It's been the first time I've been really able to break it down and talk to them. So shout out to those guys too. So, and my doctor. Elbow's feeling good, baby. Come on.
And Packy, your final thoughts, pal. All the way out in AZ.
Well, I would say first off, you got to say thank you for setting this whole thing up. Man, I have to say, I hope this quarantine is a breeding ground for whiffs, because if everyone's stuck doing nothing else, everybody better be throwing. Everybody better be pitching this year. It's setting up to be a sick year. Sick, suck. I love you.
I would concur. All right, on behalf of Packy, Jordan, Toast, and Packer, this is your host, Anthony Foodman Dioria. Thank you again for the first edition of Around the Horn. We'll see you next time.